like to call this meeting of the Zion Township Board to order. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Fisher?
Here.
Trustee Holmes?
Here.
Trustee Frierson?
Here.
Trustee McDowell?
Here.
Chairman Neal?
Mr. Bremner, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Will you all please join me in pledging allegiance to our flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I'll just note that Supervisor Neal has been delayed in returning from an out-of-state trip, so we're going to proceed ahead. Are there any agenda changes?
I was going to request an update on my request to have the Township Employee Handbook reviewed in terms of nepotism. I had requested that at the August 20th meeting, but given that Supervisor Neal is out, I want it to be added to the agenda but delayed in terms of addressing it tonight.
Okay.
Is that possible?
So I think we would just have to add it to the next agenda.
Right. I think there would be an item. It would be an item to request to be placed on the next agenda, which would be the December 17th meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then, not necessarily an agenda item, but in terms of item number 8, I would ask that Lloyd Deteen's name be removed and my name added. And the treasurer's report, as that.
Remember, this is fiscal year ending April 30th, 2019.
Okay.
Trustee Deteen was still a trustee during that fiscal year, so the payment would still be there.
Okay. That's all I have.
Are there any other agenda changes?
I guess this is more of a question than an agenda change, but are we actually going to discuss the levy?
I think we can have a general discussion. I don't think, since we're not taking any action tonight, I think we can go ahead and have a general discussion about what our expectations are. And the December 17th meeting, we will have the public hearing on the levy, and there will be additional discussion then.
Did we receive any information about the levy? Because I didn't in my packet. So I don't know what there is to discuss because I don't have any data.
And I think that's why I think we might just keep it in a very general fashion. Since Supervisor Neal is not here, I don't know how she was going to do that. But I don't see any reason why we can't have a general discussion and maybe formulate some questions that we might relay between now and December 17th.
Okay.
Unless anyone else feels otherwise.
It'll be a short discussion.
Yeah, I would agree. There's nothing to discuss for number 10.
Okay.
And I do apologize. I had one more agenda item. I had requested that Director Ianson attend this meeting because at the prior meeting there was, I think it was last month's meeting, there was a discussion in terms of what the overall responsibilities of the building department does. I would ask that he comment in that respect.
So you want to add the, perhaps after the assessor's report?
That's correct.
Should we add an item? Add item 11A, which would be Director Ianson.
You mean what the building department does for the township? Or what?
That's what the concerns were in terms of, I believe, public comment. You know, people want to know what does the building department do, whether it's for the city or the township.
Does anyone want to make a motion on that?
I'll make the motion.
Second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holmes?
Yes?
Trustee Frierson?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Temporary Chair Fisher?
Aye. The next item up is approval of minutes of a regular meeting held on October 15th, 2019 at 6:15 PM. Is there a motion?
Move that we approve the minutes?
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Trustee Ryerson?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Temporary Chair Fisher?
Aye. Citizens' comments. Are there any citizens' comments this evening? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on. Item 7, I had a phone conference with Supervisor Neal last Wednesday. We reviewed the financials in general, and I would submit or ask someone to make a motion to approve bills for payment in the total of $113,718.04.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
I just had one question about the salary for township staff. The budget remaining was at 38%. I was just wondering if that is due to overtime?
Which page on the,
Page 3, it's the income statement. Just looking at it related to some of the other items.
township staff?
There should be a...
That's under the township fund. I think you also have to look at the balance under the general assistance fund, under personnel. On page 7, there's also salary for township staff out of that fund. And that fund is currently, the remaining budget on that fund is
55.
well, yeah, it's 55%. So there's still sufficient funds for township staff salaries. How it's determined which fund gets used, under what circumstances, I think we would probably have to ask.
Okay.
Is there any further questions or discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Trustee Ryerson?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Temporary Chair Fisher?
Aye. Item 8 is receive and place on file the annual treasurer's report for Chairman Neal. Just in general, this is the treasurer's report for the fiscal year ending April 30th, 2019. Reflects an ending fund balance of $1,029,383. Does anyone have any questions or any points of discussion about the treasurer's report?
There were 2 references to Delage Loudon Financial Services. Different amount. Well, it's for the same amount. Go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, and line 10. It's for, I mean, it could be right, but it's the same amount.
It could be,
2 different.
it could be for the same services provided twice. I'm not sure what that is. I'm sure we could get an answer from Chairman Neal. Are there any questions or comments? Someone want to make a motion to accept the treasurer's report and place it on file?
You make the motion, second?
Who made the motion?
Oh,
It can't be you.
I can't make
Oh,
the
I thought you
motion.
said I make the
Make the
motion.
motion.
I asked if anyone wants to make the
I'll
motion.
make the motion.
Okay.
Okay. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Trustee Farson?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Temporary Chair Fisher?
Aye. Item 9, just consider joining Lake County Municipal League for Chairman Neal. I believe that we discussed this at a prior meeting. And looking through the chairman's packet, she has here the invoice for membership, which I believe is in the amount of $500. And I believe that's for a year's membership, which is payable on January 1st, 2020. Currently, the city of Zion is a member of the Lake County Municipal League. I think it's a pretty good organization. I like to see the expansion to the township level. Does anyone else have any thoughts or comments on this?
Do you know what Supervisor Neal's opinion is? Does she want to join?
Oh, I think it's been very clear that she wants, she thinks the township should join the league.
Yeah.
And we had the presentation at the last meeting.
I mean, the only question I would ask of her would be, do you think it undermines the Illinois Township Association by joining the municipal league? That'd be my only question.
I don't see where it would undermine our, the Township Association, because that's a statewide. This is the Lake County, so it's more of a local cooperative association. So,
Okay. And it's a yearly thing?
I believe
So,
it's,
I
yeah,
mean,
I believe
I
it's
don't-
just $500 a
I
year.
don't see any problem joining it, and if it doesn't help us, then we don't
We
have
can
to.
always, we can always withdraw at a later time. Does anyone want to make a motion?
So I make the motion to join the county municipal league, at an annual fee of $500.
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Trustee Farson?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Temporary Chair Fisher?
Aye. So I don't know what exactly Chairman Neal is going to say regarding the levy. He does have a copy of the levy ordinance here. If we just pass that around so that everybody gets a chance to look at it. Take a look. If anyone has any thoughts they want to have at this point.
My only thought is, why didn't I have this in my packet? That's
I didn't have it for the packet.
So, I mean, it's just discussion, no action is to be taken, right?
No action, only discussion.
So we will receive this on the meeting.
The 17th.
For the meeting packet for December 17th.
Okay.
I think in general, I'll just relay what, we did discuss this when we discussed the financials last week. I think her intent is for best practices that to use some of the balance, the fund balance, the reserve that we have in the township, and look at possibly keeping the levy flat. So I think that's the general gist of the discussion that we had. So, and I think she'll probably want to get more into that at the public hearing on the 17th. And probably, if anyone has any concerns about that, I'm sure she'll answer your questions.
Yeah, I think it's a flat or reducing, so that would be my input.
Is there any other discussion? We don't have to vote on that, because it's just a discussion. That is, okay. The next item is the assessor's report. Mr. Wickets, do you have anything for us?
A quick few things. Last day to file the appeal on your assessment was November 4th, so that's gone and it's all good. This year we had 495 appeals, which is just about average for us. We've been anywhere between 400, it's 400 and 600, so 500 appeals is about right. One of the interesting statistics about that is when I was just in my office a few minutes ago, I was looking at the appeals, and of the residential properties that filed, 70% of them are non-owner occupied properties. So, you know where I'm getting all my appeals from. You know, these landlords, they hire attorneys and they just blast all these appeals out. So 70% of our appeals are rentals. My staff right now, we're working on our hearings, and hearings should start probably in another couple of weeks. If you think 500 is bad, Moraine Township, which is maybe a little bit bigger than our township, because it's not a full township either, they had over 3,000 appeals. And they have a staff about the same size as mine, so we feel pretty bad for Moraine Township. Countywide, it looks like we're going to have over 20,000 appeals, which means that there'll be 6 boards at a time and 30 appeals a day for each board. So it's going to be pretty hectic. And they have to do that many. In fact, they're even going to have hearings on Saturday, because we have to get these hearings done before the tax bills can go out. And it's almost mathematically impossible to do that many hearings in that short of a time. Next year I'll be turning my books in by April, so I want to have all the hearings done before September. Because after that I'll be retiring, so I'd like to leave a nice clean slate for the next assessor, and hopefully that person will be able to handle it the following year. That's it.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to item 11A, and Director Ianson, you have the floor.
Thank you. If I understood the comments correctly, the comment was made, how's the building department work with the township? Myself and staff has met with Supervisor Neal and her staff on multiple occasions. We have policies in place how to make contact during regular business hours. After hours, we have emergency numbers available to contact each other. We put a policy in place if somebody needs emergency housing. It's just a matter of filling out a form, giving it to the residents, and they can actually stay at a local hotel until they can find more permanent residents. They can be extended by Supervisor Neal by a day or two, depending on what is needed. So I call over there myself. Staff calls over there when something is needed. So I feel that we've been working together just fine.
We work together all the time.
Pardon me?
We work together all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we're over there all the time working with building permits and asking questions, and they're doing the same thing, coming to our office asking us for locations of property and addresses and who owns the property. So we have a great working relationship with the building department.
Okay. Any questions? Anyone have any questions or comments for Director Ianson? Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Moving on to item 12, Supervisor's Report and Announcements. Everyone got a copy of the Zion Township Monthly Report. Just in general, looks like there is, I'll just note there was 223 walk-in clients for the month of October, so lots of foot traffic going in and out of the township. Let's see, the township updates as of today. I'll just read through this. The second collaborative taxing body magazine, the ZB Quarterly, everything from Benton Design, collaborating to better communicate with residents, will be mailed to all residents the first week of December. LIHEAP, the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, began on Tuesday, October 1st. Walk-ins are seen at the township each Tuesday from 1 to 3 p.m. The month of November, only seniors, disabled, and families with children under the age of 5 years are eligible. December is open enrollment for all lower-income residents. That's based on one person making $1,561 per month. Note that the ELF Network participant cards are available to assist families during the holiday season. The first 50 cards turned in will be part of this year's program. For those who are interested, become a Zion Together Love Thy Neighborhood. Go to ziontogether.com for a packet. It says here, work is underway for Zion's 2020 vision. A home ownership initiative group is working on a roadmap to home ownership. We are also working on roadmaps and resource sheets for 19 other potential goals, more to come. And she mentions a QR code. I'm not sure where that is. The Thanksgiving open house celebration was a huge success. Thanks for all who attended. 2019 was certainly a prosperous year. There was the donated trellis for the passion flower that was placed at the township offices. The new van that was purchased in partnership with my father's business. Expansion of Queen Bees of Zion, the Red Hat Society, Zinnias for Zion, Zion Together Progression, and Zion Together Days. Apparently we have a new building maintenance manager. There was the aforementioned ZB Quarterly launch and the ELF Network, partners at Zion Township, and honor Cynthia Linke, Princesses and Ladies Counseling Program, as well as the Zion Township team. It says Oak Street Health will be at Zion Township on December 5th and 6th from 1 to 3 p.m. to assist seniors with Medicare enrollment questions. Call 844-808-8262 to make an appointment. Here's the detail on the new maintenance supervisor. Zion Township has hired a new maintenance supervisor, Rich Oates, cleaning out the landscaping around the building and trimming the bushes, fixing desks, replacing light bulbs, putting up plaques and pictures, and so much more. We are delighted to have him on the Zion Township team. Note that Zion Township will be closed for the holiday on November 28th and 29th. December 4th, the office will be closed for a staff retreat, and the office will be closed December 24th, 25th, and 31st, 2019, and January 1st, 2020. I'll just note that some resources that are available through the township are SHIP, the Senior Health Insurance Program, is now at Zion Township every second Tuesday of the month from 1 to 4 p.m. Call 847-740-6710 to schedule an appointment. The Abiding Love Food Pantry is each Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Christian Assembly of God Church, 2929 Bethel Boulevard, Zion. I think it says closed fifth Wednesdays. So I'm assuming that means every fifth Wednesday?
If there's 5 Wednesdays in a month.
Zion Township assists with the application process for passports, provide notary service, faxing, voter registration, as well as processing benefit access and RTA passes. Free counseling services are now being provided at Zion Township thanks to Princesses and Ladies Incorporated and Cynthia Linke. Call Zion Township for more information. And good evening, Supervisor Neal, who just arrived from distant places. I think we've covered just about everything in your absence. Did you want to take the chair and close the meeting out? Or
I just want to be here in case there are any questions or concerns.
does anyone have any immediate questions for Supervisor Neal?
Did you determine what what that reference was?
The QR code?
The QR code on talking about the 2020 vision.
We actually, there's a fee to do QR codes, and we're using it for the ZB Quarterly magazine. and as well as I'll check you out, and to be able to have individuals actually state what issues that they would, or not issues, what things they would like to focus on in 2020. And then what we're doing as a team is we're doing the research on those things that people want to achieve and making sure that we have all the resources countywide to be able to help people to achieve those.
Thank you.
So, and what's cool with QR codes now, you used to have the app. Now, if you just put your camera over the QR code, it takes you right to the website. It's the craziest cool thing.
Technology, yeah.
Are there any other questions or issues that need to come before the board? Okay. Does someone want to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Trustee Frierson?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Temporary Chair Fisher?
Aye. Thank you.